Hey everybody, I'm using Roger's camera, so we're going to start a filming series. First couple of weeks we did a vlog, which is great to bring outside eyeballs towards the F10. The second phase and the real content piece is to expose each of you in your startups and what you're trying to do, your real business strategy. So, I have an approach for this, it works quite well. What we're going to do is the F10 episodes. We have 14 startups. What I'd like to do is 3 pieces with each of you. One at the start, one at the middle, one at the end of the program. Here's what it's going to look like, and I kind of whiteboarded it. The F10 episodes, the goals are to spotlight your strategy, really position you as a thought leader, and call to engage with your product. Actually ask people to do something. It's not just go to buildit.com. What I would like to do next is find out how a lot more people think about this. What I would like to do next is launch my private beta, and I need you to engage. What I would like to do next is to learn about the ICO market. What I would like to do next is, and you actually ask people to give you, and they give for free. Second piece is this stuff here. Kind of, you are the story, which means that what we're doing is Q&A. So I'm hosting you. It's Conan O'Brien. I'm hosting you. The framework is basically that. First of all, short is better, so the average view time tends to be 5 to 7 minutes. It's very short, crispy stuff. We're aiming for 10-minute episodes, and if we get 7 minutes watch time, we're actually doing quite well. So the structure is like a 3-5-2, which means we're going to intro for 3 minutes. We're going to give them free value for 5 minutes. And then we're going to call to action and exit. And that's basically the framework for running a successful podcast. We can go longer. The point is to have a goal. So the goal is kind of 10 minutes. If we end up at 12 or 14 minutes, that's great. What does free value mean? Free value means you actually got to give them something. So you're not only going to try to sell yourself, if you teach them, for example, in Synapse, how digital identification actually works, they're going to love your episodes, and they're going to subscribe to you and your channel and your Twitter channel and your LinkedIn, and they're going to call you up and want to know more. Really think through before you get on with me as your host what you want to message to the world. It's not just that digital ID is the future. It's that, how does it actually work? Give them free value. Energy is contagious. That's my rule number 3. When you go on there, don't be all, yes, and we wanted to think about how no, that's boring, and I'll cut you off immediately. Energy is contagious. That means you're on. And if you're not on, we're going to reschedule. Just say, hey, I'm having kind of a down day. I was drunk last night. Go for a run beforehand or whatever, because your energy and enthusiasm, you as a founder, are the story. You are the story. They want to see your young, bright faces. You are fintech, and you're what's happening. The thing is cross-platform reach and execution for a sustained period of 2 to 3 weeks. Precision and execution is key. And so it starts with a LinkedIn article. We put up the YouTube episode. The YouTube episode actually cross-posts into this linked article. The LinkedIn article actually recaps what's in the episode for the people who are just surfing their phone and need to read it real quick. So you really want to capture out what was the value that I taught people in the episodes, the structure for it with a call to action at the bottom. So Twitter and Instagram, we do cross posts with really sexy thumbnails, which clickbaity titles and lots of emoji. That draws people towards your LinkedIn article. If you've got a couple thousand, say you're Kevin Schellinger, right? Kevin, you've got 5,000 followers. Your primary lead into your LinkedIn world is Twitter. The fourth and most important part is the podcast. I literally got 10 times as many listens in the podcast as we got views on the YouTube. And the last thing is really activate your allies. It's here. So you want to actually go out over Slack, over email, and you want to say, hey people, I'm putting out an article at 5 o'clock. Here's the link. Please like, share, and retweet this, because if you do that, you pick up in the algorithms, and then you get a lot more, so you get 5 or 10 times more people who like and retweet your stuff. So the series is, we're going to do 3 pieces with each of you. The first one in July to August, the second one in September to October timeframe, the third one in November to December. 3 different things. One is the why, the next one is the how, and the next one is the result. You need to think about, how do I give people value out of the why, the how, and the results that I'm showing? So actually show them what you're working on, what you're learning, tell them everything. You have no secrets. If you did, you'd be working for IBM, have great patents. Expose it all. And that's what they engage on. They want to learn something, and then they become your fans, and they come back to you, and they give you all kinds of stuff that you didn't know. First one, the why. This is kind of the agenda. Describe the problem and why. Then I'm going to ask you about the market size in the greenfield, what you're going to actually do about it instead of just talk about it, and what you're learning. So give them a lot of value in what you're learning, and then we exit out with a call to action. But it's really about you. So we have to make the whole episode around your strategy, your brain. You can bring 1 founder, 2 founders, that's it. Second piece is the how. That'll be the second interview in September to October. What is the business model you're actually busy launching? Who was your first customer? You don't have to name them, but what is the first customer actually doing with you? How does your team look at this point, and what are you learning? Again, what are you learning? Give them value. Show them your journey in a really honest, transparent way. Tell them where you're having issues. Tell them you're tired. Tell them whatever is actually happening. My dog died. My grandmother got hit by a car. Anything that engages people. Third piece, November to December, is really the result. What have you done? Why did you do it? Again, come back to the why. Why did you do it? How did the team develop? Again, the people are important. The teams, if you lost a team member, if you picked up a team member, customer traction. So how did that look like? Did you get one customer? Did they actually throw down a credit card and pay you something? How did it look like? Was it totally different than what you thought? Were you able to actually bill it? Were you able to collect the cash? Are you broke? Talk about your startup journey, because that's what people really engage with and love. So that's kind of the way that we can run the episodes. I'll approach each of you over Slack and just try to set up some loose time where we can do some filming.